Joe's Fans, Act 2, Scene 1. Joe and Beth bounce bumpily on train seats with knitting on laps.
Yippee-ki-yay! This is the life for me. A bucking locomotive. The smoke. Let me close the window for you, little lady. Oopsie daisy, there goes my knitting.
There's a man way back there running. He looks like Teddy.
You're delirious. I'm sure it's just a gentleman waving goodbye to his missus. Oh, there's Walden Pond. Let me feel your brow. You have an almighty fever. Poor dear, lie on Joe's lap.
Okay, I'll just close my eyes.
Oh, Bethany, you're so shy. You've only seen 2 guys in your life. Every man looks like Papa or Teddy, depending on whether he's young or old or...
Uh-oh. Now my stomach. I feel like I'm going to...
Untie your bonnet quick. Lean in. There's a deer. Let me wrangle that window. Let me get that window open again. Out, damn bonnet.
The train jolts and stops. Beth falls on the floor. Hester boards in a dark cloak, sexy and mysterious.
Hello, pussycat.
Hester stabs her poppet pincushion in the arm.
Ow!
Hester opens her cloak and begins pulling out the stitchings on the letter A.
She's got a poppet like Amy.
Pardon me, miss. Is that English lace on your cape? Our sister Amy used to lust for it.
I don't care about Amy. Did you see a man board the train?
No.
Look out the windows.
Are you traveling without a chaperone?
I'm running away without a chaperone.
Joe, bring your head in. You look like a hedgehog.
What a rush!
Do you need a pin to fix your chignon?
Oh, fiddlesticks. I plumb forgot about my hair. It'd be easier to just stuff it in the top hat.
Oh, don't, Joe. Your hair is your one true beauty.
But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory for her.
For her hair is given her for a covering. 2 Corinthians 11:15.
A woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor a man put on a woman's cloak, for whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. Deuteronomy 22:5.
These are my paws pants. They're better to run in.
I'm abominable too. I like to run in the woods.
Why are you running?
Fornication. Joe, you look like you could toss this roll of red cloth out the window.
Can I keep it?
No,
It's so pretty.
no. Get ready. Pitch it right when we hit the forest.
1, 2, bullseye! Who's chasing you? Is it your husband?
Your father?
Your paramour?
If you knew what you were carrying, if you knew that you were carrying the seed of the devil, what would you do?
Hester rips off her letter A. The train jolts and the lights go out. Act 2, Scene 2. Boston. Hester, Beth, and Jill are walking.
Turn left at the graveyard.
Wow, Boston is so big it could swallow me up.
Look at that crowd of women by the big garbage can,
Joe, don't stare.
stripping off their brasiers. Whoopee!
Don't whistle.
Joe and Hester strip off and toss some oppressive items.
Bye-bye bonnet.
Goodbye, knitting needles.
Goodbye gloves.
The directions to Transition House are top secret. Once we arrive, I have to swallow them.
3rd floor apartment. The curtains are drawn. This is the place.
Hester swallows the piece of paper. A door opens.
Hester, we were expecting you. Let me bring you to the quiet room. I see you've brought some stairs.
Door opens.
We have a couple extra sleeping bags over by the bookshelf. I'm Diane. I'll get you a change of clothes. Don't step on Simone.
It's so messy.
Philosophically, we don't believe in housework. Demanding a tidy house is a way of subjugating women.
I'm liberated. Oh, how I hated dusting.
Escaping a domestic situation?
Yes, the dreariness of housework gave me such headaches.
Yes, but was anyone threatening to harm you?
If we hadn't left home, they would have killed her off.
Okay, what shall I call you? You don't have to use your real names.
This is my sister Josie, and I'm Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Beth is a shy girl. Bright Alice. Alice is my cat.
Lizzie's got a fever.
There's only one bathroom, but it has a clawfoot tub. I'll run a pool back.
An indoor water closet with a flush toilet.
Yeah.
What is this pretty little thing?
It's so.
Far out.
The train ride was so topsy-turvy, like this. Joe's hat fell off.
We're running for our lives.
Shake, 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 shake. The carriage was so bumpy.
Lizzie's never left Concord before.
You'll be safe here.
As long as you've got a cure for scarlatina.
Scarlet fever? How gothic. Is she allergic to penicillin?
Only castor oil.
No wonder you're so rosy.
I'm allergic to liver.
Let's see. Here's a pantsuit for you. This should fit.
Holy bell bottoms, Batman. Left foot first?
Why don't you take off that girdle thing while you're at it?
So, let it all hang out? So long, corset. Hello, pantaloons.
And Lizzie, for you, a poncho.
With pom-poms.
Changing leads to dancing. Beth swoons into Diane's arm.
Oh, you do have a fever.
I've got disco fever.
Tell you what, Lizzie, lie down in my bed. I have a doctor who will be making house calls. Amoxicillin and rest should fix you right up. You need to learn how to do the hustle. Be right back.
Do. Like this?
On Saturday night, we host a consciousness-raising circle. Want to help me get ready? I always make snacks.
Well, my patriarch was a transcendentalist, but he could never seem to conjure up any victuals. Do.
Come on, let's do the hustle.
I'm feeling groovy.
The audience joins in. The hustle! Spending on your own personal history becomes local history.
That's an awesome play.
Polyester's next.
Act 2, Scene 3. At the safe house, later in the week, Beth, Hester, and Diane are sitting in a circle of beanbags. Joe approaches with her nose in a book.
Joe, how do you like the macrame plant holder I'm making?
Way out. That's your thing.
How about the halter top I'm making?
Spandy, nice.
I don't need a man. I'm gonna get a plant. A hanging plant. I'll name my plant Meg. Margaret after Meg.
Fiddlesticks.
I'm making a friendship bracelet for you.
It's the thought that counts. You're looking so healthy, like a busy bee.
I'm so happy that I don't have to dust anymore.
No more exploitation.
I'm going to make Diane and Hester friendship bracelets too.
Joe, you should come to macrame Kids good for your biorhythm.
There's nothing wrong with my rhythm. I just gave up knitting. I'm not going to take up macrame.
Why are you being such a downer?
It's women's work that brings me down. It suffocates me.
There is no such thing as women's work or women's anything anymore.
You know what stuff I mean? Boring stuff that ties up your hands. I like my hands free to hold a book. I'm reading The Second Sex.
I'm passing around a bowl of popcorn with brewer's yeast. Help yourself.
What happened to butter?
Brewer's yeast is rich in B vitamins.
Let me try.
Sisters, let's join hands in solidarity to begin the Saturday Night Women's Consciousness Raising Circle. Next Saturday, the Boston Women's Health Collective is going to come into a workshop. Bring a mirror. We're going to look at our vulvas.
Through the looking glass. Georgia O'Keeffe.
I'm down.
This week our topic is oppressive shoes, oppressive croiseurs, oppressive societal and familial social constructs. You all read the article in the new Miss magazine.
Constrictive constructs.
When you're not constricted, you can breathe.
Good idea. Let's start off with a circle with a deep cleansing yoga breath.
Wait, sorry. I just took a bite of popcorn. Sorry.
Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Popcorn kernel.
First, let's go around the circle and share our her stories. Only what you're comfortable with. Does everybody have a box of Kleenex?
No more embroidering handkerchiefs.
Hester, are you ready yet? No? Well, I'm feeling strong. I'll go. My husband tells people that he is just passionate.
We're here for you, sister.
I was throwing a dinner party, just a couple of friends at our place. The table looked so pretty. I poured wine. We were chatting about Mary Daly's decision not to let male students into her women's studies classes at Boston College. My husband was taking some sips out of my wine. I thought it was romantic that he was sharing my glass. I took a sip. Abruptly, my husband said, "Do you mind?" in a really hostile way, as if I were stealing his wine. While everyone was uncomfortably silent, I was close to tears. They continued talking. Then I said something that contradicted his opinion.
You have the right to speak the truth.
He says that I'm a smart mouth, that I provoke him.
You can speak your mind.
Before I knew what was happening, he backhanded me across the mouth and my chair fell backwards. My head hit the wall. I felt so humiliated. I righted my chair and sat back up, but everyone felt so awkward and avoided eye contact and made excuses to leave. My husband said, "Sorry you had to see her like that." Then he went and turned on the TV. I followed him and told him I felt dizzy. I was seeing stars. He told me to stop following him around. I got my pocketbook and called a cab to the emergency room. I had a concussion. A nurse gave me this address. He doesn't know where I am. It's Simone's apartment. She's hiding from her husband too.
You're safe now.
The man who says he loves me. Nobody asked me if I was okay. I felt so alone, so unlovable.
You deserve love.
Men are brutes. They're all rapists.
Wait, really? Is that the all?
Aren't you part of the Feminist Alliance? Why are you here?
To save Beth. Lizzie. and to escape an arranged marriage.
Men are animals.
Act 3, Scene 4. Music switches to I Am Woman. Everyone stretches, gesticulates, lip syncs, and then rearranges on beanbag pillows. Joe walks up with a book, joining Beth, Lizzie, Hester, and Diane.
You're still at it?
We're having a consciousness rap.
Rap? Oh, I got a rap for you. A sewing rap. Cross, patch, draw the latch, sit by the fire and spin.
Cross patch, draw the latch, sit by the fire and spin.
I eat fish and ride my bicycle. I want my ex locked up in the correctionals.
I fought for my right to Medicare. Now there is a cure for scarlet fever. I'm all better. I'm healthy. I can live a full life. Thank you, science, and thank you, sisters, for saving my life.
Well, I escaped a psycho, or so I hope, and just had a little bleed. No, not in my nose. Honestly, now I feel safe and relieved, folks. Really happy. Now let me be, folks.
Patriarchy out of my pussy.
Down with the king.
I'm gonna find me a nice piano to play.
I'm gonna make sexy lace lingerie.
I want you to perform in my thrilling new play.
I burned my bra and bought a bicycle, and so here I am.
I am woman.
I am woman.
I am woman. Joe?
I am afraid.
I am woman. Go ahead. You can come out and say it. You don't have to be afraid. You can come out of the closet. I am a
I'm afraid I'm a
I am a lesbian, and so here I am.
I'm afraid I don't feel like a woman. I really tried. When I'm in a room full of women, I just don't relate.
What?
I don't have the same inner essence. I'd rather play snooker and smoke cigars than sit around in a circle with my legs crossed.
You feel like a man?
I just really would have preferred to be born to the men's world, to go through life as a boy, chasing and shooting, not tiptoeing around trying to keep my dress clean. When Teddy went off to university, I wanted to go too. That would have been far out.
You can go to college now. It's not too late.
It's not the point. The point would have been having the adventure with Teddy. But I'm having a lot of time of my life now, since I put on this pantsuit. I am so much more comfortable in men's clothing. I love moving my legs.
Joe, I know you're a girl. I've seen you. We're sisters. You'll see when we do the mirror workshop.
Yes, but my brain doesn't agree. Isn't that strange? All my life, when I dream, I'm a boy.
Are you attracted to me?
Oh, yeah. I am attracted to all of you.
Joe kisses Hester, then Beth, then Diane, and they all begin to kiss each other. Lights out or curtain indicate an orgy. Act 2, Scene 5, The Scarlet Letter.
This is a special night. You've allowed me to debut Josephine the Avenger 2 in your space, and Hester has agreed to tell her story using drama therapy. Without further ado, from the Pickwick Papers, Hester Prynne, aka Nathaniel Winkle, Lizzie Marsh, aka Tracy Tutman, Teddy Lawrence, aka Samuel Pickwick, and yours truly, Augustus Snodgrass. It was dark and dull.
There was someone new at the church ice cream social, a boyfriend of one of the older popular girls. He brought me punch and whispered to me.
Meet me in the belfry for the moonrise.
His hair was longer than the other guys, wavy, almost curly. He had a sexy self-assurance, hairy forearms. For the sake of the story, let's call him Chilly. My pulse was thrumming. I watched the sky and climbed up the ladder.
I can tell you're different from the other girls.
I wasn't really attracted to him. I was attracted to the rising moon and the velvet blue sky, the romantic adventure.
Come here.
He French kissed me. I remember thinking, this is my first French kiss. An ambush.
You're so foxy.
It wasn't exactly a pleasant sensation. Brought to mind oysters or a big slug.
Bats in the belfry.
Butterflies in my belly.
Red light.
Chili got caught trying to steal second base.
2-inch rule.
The youth pastor, let's call him Pastor Skip, climbed up after us.
I'm afraid you're gonna have to go join the others for the sing-along in the fellowship hall.
The popular girls gossiped about me.
Little red slutty hood.
My parents worried about my ruined reputation, and so we all met with Pastor Skip.
You can get your gloves muddy, but you can't get the mud glovey.
What does that even mean?
You don't want to be an unwrapped package.
Did you know that your puppy love is shipping out to Nam next month?
Chili's drafted?
We could have a little church ceremony in his dress uniform.
Pretty spiffy, huh?
What?
You and me would look good on top of a cake. Let me take a cheesecake photo of you to bring to Nam. They'll get me through.
I was shamed into it. I was already damaged goods.
Poor guy shipping out at such a young age.
I made my own wedding dress. I sent him a letter every day. And then he went AWOL in the jungle. No one ever saw him again. My parents were worried about me after Chili was assumed dead. Months went by, and I didn't even cry.
I saw her dancing under the moon.
And so they arranged for emotional counseling with Pastor Skip.
How could a guy in his right mind abandon a beautiful bride like you? I feel like I can see into your womanly soul.
He saw his way into my womanly soul and my womanly panties. We met in his church office on Tuesdays after school. Sometimes we took a walk in the woods.
The responsibility of your womanly soul lies with me.
1 month, I didn't get my period. I didn't tell anyone.
Wondrous strength and generosity of a woman's heart.
I wanted to die.
Your whorish impudence.
One night I dreamed that I wake up and Chili is standing at the foot of my bed. In camouflage, he says, "I know your secret."
I know what you're hiding.
I sat up with a horrible sense of fear upon me.
You have wronged me, and I seek vengeance. Beware, I'm gonna kill your paramour.
The next morning, Pastor Skip is found hanging from the rafters in the church belfry.
You drank a charm to kill Pastor Skip. You drank a charm to kill Pastor Skip.
Act 2, Scene 6. Jo stands in front of a curtain alone, talking to her audience.
I hope everyone got some of Diane's fresh carrot juice during the intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, people, sisters, get comfy in your beanbag chairs. Thank you for returning for Act 2 of my collaborative play, Josephine the Avenger 2, Revenge of the Scarlet Letter. When we left off, the youth pastor was hanging from the rafters of the church belfry. The missing in action soldier had reappeared in the night, and Hester, filled with terror, had hopped on a train heading to Boston. Oh, and just a warning about the final scene. The blanks are loud, but the gun's not loaded, of course.
Wait, gun? Did you say gun?
Ooh. You know, for shooting the bad guy, winning the girl, all that.
Jo runs to retrieve her gun.
Beauty, isn't she? All I got left of Pa. That and his pants.
Get that gun out of here, I'm calling the police. This is an anti-gun household.
And anti-patriarchy.
It's not loaded.
They all say that. Don't touch it or I'm calling the pigs. We have a no weapons rule here, no exceptions. We need to feel safe here.
It's a prop.
I can feel war vibes emanating from it.
Jeez Louise.
If you knew the trauma it was triggering in me, you would not have so carelessly brought violence into our sacred space.
It was for the showdown.
You wrote a play that dramatizes violence?
Yeah, like for saving the girl, shooting up the bad guy.
Man, didn't Didn't you know? Guns are out of style. Peace is in. We need to learn how to solve the planet's problems without conflict. You need to get with it.
I'll have to do a rewrite.
Your writing isn't salvageable. You'll have to leave. Right now.
But I was going to be so happy here. Happily ever after.
Leave. And take your male violence with you.
Boo. Do you see a cock here? Have you ever been raped by a dickless dude?
Diane starts spraying from an aerosol can.
Ow! Is that insect repellent? Did you just bug spray me in the eyes? Am I out of the scene? Wait, I want to redo. Rewrite. Do over.
Jo exits the apartment. Her carpet bag is thrown after her. As she reaches the sidewalk, she sees Louisa May Alcott and a repo man.
Joe, I've been waiting on a delivery.
I believe you have a relic that belongs to me now. Hand over the gun.
No,
Where's Beth?
Where's your pretty little sister?
she's not here.
We're halfway into your sequel and still no wedding. We had a deal. Beth is scheduled to die in 3 more chapters.
Give me 2 chapters.
Hand over the gun for collateral and we'll leave your sister alone for now.
Take it. Beat it.
They evaporate like ether. Jo sits for a long time on the steps. She pulls her dagger out of her bag and stares at it.
To be or not to be.
Finally, Beth and Hester come down.
It took me a while to find Alex. She was under a cushion. I found your book.
I already finished Second Sex. I was reading The Feminine Mystique. Why don't you read it?
Lizzie was wicked. She stole him his magazine.
Guess we got a little carried away in there. Processing is so emotional.
Diane says I'm very empathetic.
Then maybe you can sense that we're not out of the woods yet. Oh, if only Teddy were here. I would marry him to save your life. We always had so much fun.
It's okay, Alice. Go, kitty.
We gotta do something. Fast.
Let's hop on a train heading west.
We might have to take it as far as it goes.
End of Act 2.
Music, California Girls.
This is Laramie Clark, by the way.
Those girls are hip, I really dig those styles they wear. And the northern girls with the way they kiss, they knock me out when I'm down there. I wish they all could be California girls. I wish they all could be California girls.
Act 3, Scene 1. A train heading west, the present. Hester and Beth are sleeping.
I hate sequels. An author ends a book, just so, and we say, the end. It's time to shut the book and move on. Take Little Woman. Louisa May Alcott closed the curtains with 4 sisters in a parlor, talking cheerily. That's a good ending.
But don't you wish you could take a look forward and see where we shall be then?
No,
I do.
I don't. I might see something sad, and everyone looks so happy now. I don't believe they can be much improved.
We could go abroad. You haven't been anywhere.
I don't want to see splendid things. I want to do splendid things. When I finish this damn sequel, I want to write something important.
You're always spinning tails like a spider. I love your lurid style.
Don't you think Louisa May was making a statement? Ending the book with us all together? But then, so many enthusiastic young ladies wrote to her, clamorously demanding that I marry somebody, and she didn't dare refuse.
Publishers are so perverse. Want a cigar?
They wouldn't let her have her way. And so her little woman had to grow up and be married off in a very stupid style. It's so dismally boring to pair all your characters up into neat little couplets. All the love-lorny readers cared about was who the little woman would marry, as if that was the only aim of a woman's life. I'd rather be a free spinster and paddle my own canoe. Teddy? Teddy?
You're talking in your sleep.
No, I've been writing, like a steam engine.
Let me sit in your lap.
Yes. Louisa said that she wouldn't marry me off to please anyone. She says, better to be happy old maids than unhappy wives. but I can't be happy without Beth.
Maybe you can look further than Louisa.
You know the thought I hate?